Let me introduce myself. My name is Glenn Colevas. I joined the Prince George's County Police Department in June 1973 as a cadet, and I retired in December '98. I was there 25 and a half years. I spent about 5 years in patrol as a patrolman, and was transferred to Bowie, where I spent another 5 years in the investigative section there. Those investigative sections at the time, we focused on burglaries and street robberies, and we did our share of assault investigations and theft investigations, but we had a tendency to focus on the burglaries and the street robberies, because if you know anything about those guys, they don't just do just one, they do a lot. If you get the right guy, you're probably going to close, like we did many times, 40, 50, 60 burglaries. And the next thing you know, you don't have any of those burglaries in those neighborhoods for the next 6 or 7 months. So promoted ultimately in 1985 to sergeant. I spent about 4.5 years as a supervisor in the sexual assault unit. And I spent, then I went to the repeat offenders program, which at that time really was just kind of limping along with 2 people. And so we didn't do a whole lot of repeat offenders work. We did warrant service, but they did get us started on some cold case investigations, and some of the murders we did well. And I got promoted to lieutenant, spent 2 years as the commander of the homicide sexual assault unit, and got promoted to captain. Spent a couple of years in an administrative position, and then spent 2 years running the Criminal Investigation Division. So, I was really fortunate to spend a lot of time around a lot of investigations, either taking an active role in them or actually seeing the details and the facts of what happened, so we could make some assessments. Every police shooting that we ever had a unique set of circumstances to it, and there were some valuable lessons to be learned at that point, so that we could teach those valuable lessons later to younger police. Yet I carried for a lot of years under the circumstances that we do, and there's a dramatic difference, and the dramatic difference is this, is that when I was young and off-duty, and in an off-duty capacity, if I came upon an incident that required intervention, then there was this ethical and legal obligation for me to intervene. Fortunately for you, the people in this room, you don't have that same legal requirement to intervene, okay? They have it, and we do not, and that's something good to know, because when you get this concealed carry permit, you're going to carry this weapon as purely a defensive firearm. But the difference between offensive and defensive is he comes up and defends the people up there, up by the cash register. What he doesn't do is chase this guy out the store and go down and follow him when he comes out and runs to the right. That's what they're going to do. They're going to do that, okay? Those of us in here probably ought to develop a mindset that we're not going to do that. Because I think if you're going to chase a hold-up man somewhere and shoot him in the back, you're probably going to get in a lot of trouble.